Okay, this is the P4 paper from October 2022. This is question number 5, which is going to be an integration question. And in particular, what we're going to be doing is a volume of revolution about the x-axis. This is going to be my function y. I'm going to do it between the limits 1 over root 2 and k. And actually, when I do it, I already know what my answer is going to be. The volume of revolution is going to be that. So we've got to work out what k is, what the upper limit is, to make all that true. So let's make a start on it. If we're looking at the question then, I know that the volume of revolution is always given by the integral of pi y squared dx between the limits, which, as I say, in this case is going to be 1 over root 2 and k, and we already know that's going to be equal to 713 pi over 648 as my answer, and I'm going to have to work out what k is. So if I was doing this, I would say equals, I take pi out, in a minute I'm going to cancel the pi's, k 1 over root 2, y squared then is this thing squared. So let's not go too quickly. That's 12 root x all over 2x squared plus 3 to the 1.5. Well, I'm going to call that 3 over 2. So it's that squared dx is going to be equal to 713 pi over 648. Well, let's get rid of the pi straight away. And so we're actually going to say this is the integral of k 1 over root 2. Now I'm expecting this to tidy up quite nicely. So 12 root x squared is 144x all over, and then 2x squared plus 3 to the 3 over 2 would become 2x squared plus 3 cubed dx. So again, that's going to be equal to 713 over 648. Okay, so if I take a look at this function then, it doesn't surprise me to see that this is a relatively straightforward integral. If you don't find this relatively straightforward, then you need to go away and do a little bit more practice. This is going to be a reverse chain rule. Let's just do one more step before I do integrate it. This is the integral between k and 1 over root 2 of 144x 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 3 dx. So again, that's equal to 713 over 648. Bit unfair, I suppose, to say it's straightforward, but what I'm going to do, the reverse chain rule says, let's have a guess at what this function must have been that I differentiated. So I actually write it out. It didn't take too long to do. And I say, okay, I think it's 2x squared plus 3. If I differentiated it and I ended up with minus 3, then when I was starting, I must have began with minus 2, because you multiply by the power and take one off. Taking one off of minus 2 should give me minus 3. So I'm guessing that's my integral. It won't quite be it, but it won't be far off. dy by dx then, actually differentiate this thing. So you've got to be good at differentiating. This is minus 2, 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 3. We'll multiply by the power, take one off the power, times it by the differential of what's in here. If you're struggling with that bit, then you've got a little bit more work to do. You've got to go away and actually get better at that before you come and do these integration questions. So I think that we've got minus 8x 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 3. So what that's telling me is that the integral of this would give me that. Well, I haven't got the integral of minus 8x that. I've got the integral of 144x. So that's only a multiple out. What I'm now actually able to do is quite quickly say, okay, so the integral of that bit up there, I'm actually going to integrate it now, is in order to have ended up with 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 3 and the 144x, I must have had minus 18 lots of 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 2 there. Between k and 1 over root 2, that is still equal to my 713 over 648. If you're struggling with that, maybe rewind the video and have another look at it, or go away and do some more practice of other questions. This now is just algebra. So I just need to tidy this all up in terms of algebra here, but we're just going to put k in and we're going to put 1 over root 2 in. So if I do that, I'm going to get minus 18. Let's just put that back as 2x squared plus 3 to the minus 2. Not to the minus 2, sorry. If we've got that there, it's to the 2 now. To the 2. Try and keep your handwriting quite neat for this. It'd be easy to make copying errors otherwise. That's equal to 713 over 648. And I say, I'm just going to play around with this to now get my final answer here. If I put k in, I'll get minus 18 over 2k squared plus 3 squared minus, now putting 1 over root 2 in. So minus 18 over 1 over root 2 squared plus 3 squared, lots of brackets in here, is equal to 713 over 648. Well, the right hand, I'll leave the left hand one as it is. The right hand one there, we can actually work out as a value now. And I say, I'm going to rush through this a little bit, otherwise the video is going to be way too long when we're doing this. So that actually works out to be plus 9 over 8 here is equal to 713 over 648. If you then rearrange all this, so take the minus 9, the 9 over 8 over, minus 18 over 2 squared plus 3 squared is equal to 713 over 648 minus the 9 over 8. I'm going to race this through now. What we'll actually get is, you can take your time to do this if you want, but otherwise, as I say, the video is going to be way too long here. 2k squared plus 3, if you tidy that all up, comes to 729, which means 2k squared comes to 726. K actually works out to be 2 root 3 if you follow all that algebra through for the last bit. And as I say, if you've understood the rest of the video, then that algebra bit at the end should not be that difficult. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense.